What's up, Cash Kids, and welcome back to the Cash Kid Podcast. We're in season 3 of the show, and we're exploring fun and creative ways for kids and teens to learn about money, entrepreneurship, and setting up their very own side hustles. Today, we've got an exciting guest, someone who's already turning her passions into profits. If you aren't already, be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Cash Kid Podcast, or sign up for a mailing list at cashkidpodcast.com. All right. We got the chance to talk to a high school freshman who's taken her love for baking and turned it into a business. That's right, she's whipping up more than just sweet treats. She's making some extra cash on the side. This young entrepreneur is using her skills, creativity, and hustle to start her very own baking business. And we're thrilled to share her story with you. Stick around to hear how she's doing it, the challenges she's faced, and why we consider her to be a true cash kid. So, you've got some cash, maybe from allowance, or that money your grandma gave you for your 7th birthday.
Here you go, sweetie.
Woohoo! Thanks, Grandma! Whatever it is, what are you gonna do with it? Spend it, hide it away, or maybe invest it? Let's start learning how to make that money grow. Time to learn how to be a cash kid. Joining us today is Sadie Norris. Sadie is what we consider a fellow cash kid. She's using her talents and entrepreneurial mindset to work and make some extra cash. She runs a baking business known as Sadie's Sourdoughs and Sweets. Just the mention of it is making me so hungry right now. She's baking up a storm weekly for clients. So, we've asked her to join us on the show to talk about how she's using her baking skills to make a profit. Welcome to the show, Sadie, and first off, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, I'm Sadie. I go to the freshman campus at Vestavia Hills High School. I play the flute, I love to crochet, and of course, I've loved to bake.
Tell us about Sadie's Sourdough and Sweets. What all do you make?
I make sourdough bread with my mom, strawberry pie by myself, and then I use my sister's chocolate chip cookie recipe.
All right, so, when did you start baking and learning how to make these things?
So I've been baking for most of my life, but so recently in the past year is when I've really perfected it, and so I put it on my website.
Yeah, so what website do you have for people to go out and buy the stuff?
I just do it on Facebook Marketplace. I don't have my own, so you would have to go to my mom's account. It's just on Facebook Marketplace.
So how do you ship your items?
So for me, I only do porch pickup because I can't drive yet. So really, once you order, we'll tell you a time to come pick it up, and then they come pick it up from my porch.
So what gave you the idea to start using this talent and skill to make some extra money?
So really, it was my sister back in 2020. She had her own strawberry pie business. And then lately, I've just thought well, if I want to get some extra money, so I started to do this myself.
So, speaking of making extra money, I know baking isn't your only way to make money because we've both worked together in our local concession stand this summer. What are some other ways you've worked to make money?
Yes, other than the baking business and concessions, I'll do babysitting a little bit here and there whenever I'm asked.
Okay, so how do you find clients to purchase your goods? Do you run ads on Facebook, or does mom just do a normal post to a group of people, or what?
So usually I made this original post that has all the information on it, the description, how to order, and we just put it on one little slide just to certain people. And lately we've been doing more people than it was originally.
So, how does it feel to make your own money?
For me, it seems fulfilling because it gives me a perspective of how to spend money, and that money isn't just something to throw away. And it helps me learn a lesson on how to save and how to spend it correctly.
So, you're going to be a freshman, and you might end up using this money to buy new clothes or stuff. Is there a purchase that you save up for with your money? Or do you just just have it on the side and spend it whenever you see a chance?
So at the ending of the school year, me and my cousin, we both wanted to go see a person on tour. And so, but this person is kind of expensive. But we're if we both dedicate it, then we'll both be able to go. So we both want to go to the Eras tour. It's the Taylor Swift tour. So we both said if we make enough money, we both gotta find a way. And so this is me. And then I've earned enough money for me, so now I'm technically just making money now.
Nice. What advice would you give to kids and teens thinking about running their own side hustle or business as a student?
Mostly to just like have the time for it and make sure you're doing something that's like fun that you're gonna enjoy and not get sick of after like 2 weeks.
Yeah, and also, how do you manage your business and have the time to run a business while still being a full-time student?
For me, I've found like making sure that all my schoolwork is done first would really help because if I'm baking and I still have to do stuff, then it's kind of hard to balance it out. So I guess having like a schedule for me, like I would do my schoolwork and then I would do my baking stuff.
Yeah, so what have you learned from running Sadie sourdoughs and
Kind of like the last question, I've learned like scheduling and like knowing that it's not just something you can like, oh, I'm gonna do this just so I can earn money. It's something that like I have to like dedicate it to, and like I can't just like be like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna do that. But so technically, just like knowing how to be determined.
So I know sometimes it takes a while to make some sourdough from hearing people like talk. How long does it normally take you to make your sourdough? And if you are getting a ton of sales, how do you keep up with all the orders?
So for the sourdough, my mom helps out a lot with it. She's kind of the one who encouraged the sourdough and the sourdoughs and sweets. We can usually make a few a day, depending on like what's the status and how busy we are. There's been times that we've made two a day, but then there's times that we've made like 10 a day. So I guess it just depends on what's the status on how much work we have to put in, how much orders we have, and how much time that we have on our hands.
Yeah, so you also sell cookies and pies, strawberry pies. What's your like best selling item?
Right, so it started off with sourdoughs being our best one, but slowly it turned into strawberry pies. But people like everything.
Okay, so how can people place an order and how do they get their stuff delivered to them?
So to place an order, there's two different ways to do it. So it's just on the sheet, but it's mostly you can either go in the comments and be like, I want this, and then I'll DM you and I'll figure out like tell you the price and tell you what you like and tell like clarify what you ordered. And then there's also a Google Drive, so if people think that's easier, they can just go on there and press what they want to order and then I'll get it.
Okay, so, and delivering, it's like porch-side pickup, they'll come to your porch and pick it up, or do you drop it off at theirs? Just to clarify.
So, yeah, for some orders, I will like bring it to them if it's not like too far away and they asked for it. But most of the time, they'll just come pick it up. But like I said, some orders I do just bring it if it's close enough.
What are the price ranges? Because you talked about how you had to communicate that. What are the prices for the cookies, the pie, and the sourdough?
For the sourdough, it is $10. For the strawberry pie, it is $15. And for 2 dozen cookies, it is $12.
Do you have plans to expand your business, like make more items to sell online, or are there any other plans?
I've thought about this a little bit. I might add like a few other things if I can like perfect the recipe and know how to like make it a good presentation. But if I don't, then I guess we'll see.
So, do you ever get in trouble for making a mess if like a batch of dough like ends up not working the way you want it to happen, or what?
Not really. My parents are very like encouraging of this. Like I said, my mom is like really helpful in this. So if something goes wrong, I definitely have messed up a few pies, but I end up like fixing it and all. But my parents, mostly my mom because my dad's at work, but they'll try and help me figure out how to not mess up the next time, but like still know that I'm like doing my best. So, yeah.
So, what do your friends think about you doing running this business?
So I don't even like lately I've been able to tell my friends that I did this. They didn't really know that I did it until like a few days ago. So a few of my friends would be like, "Whoa, like I didn't think about that." But then they'll be like so happy for me. They'll be like, "Whoa, that's like really cool. Like I should have thought of that before you did or something like that." So they all think it's really cool.
Sadie, we appreciate your time and your expertise. Thank you for joining us on the Cash Kid podcast and boosting the financial knowledge of fellow Cash Kids everywhere. Remember, anyone can be a Cash Kid. You just have to learn how to become one. Cash Kid, out.
The information presented represents the views and opinions of the guest. This podcast does not intend to provide personal investment advice. This content has been made for informational and educational purposes only. To make a full and informed investment decision, we advise you to speak with a financial advisor. And for kids, definitely your parents first before investing.